Hello, Times Crossword, 30 minutes, let's go. Somehow its act disturbs a woman, a refined person. Gosh, don't know. Possibly St. Thomas's fundamental values. New. Invalidation about to restrict. North German city. Malice surrounding river spirit. This is sprite, which is spite meaning malice, surrounding R, the abbreviation for river. Cleaning implement, that in Paris say, I think this is going to be squeegee, a cleaning implement. That in Paris is Q-U-E, say is e.g., for example, used in court, and to see is to court, as in to see somebody when you're dating. Flustered, peacekeepers, we've had this before, peacekeepers, UN, United Nations. Actually, we probably haven't had that in this video series, but it is a common crossword abbreviation. With compulsion to carry Bible. Flustered. Bible could be Authorized Version, AV, Revised Version. Yeah, it is Revised Version. Unnerved. So, peacekeepers UN, compulsion, need to carry or to contain RV, Revised Version, the Bible. Wading bird, initially enjoying, good soak. So an egret is a wading bird. Initially enjoying is the initial letter of enjoying, which is E. Good is G, the abbreviation. And ret means to soak. It's a bit of an old-fashioned word, but comes up quite often. Furore involving new art work. Yeah, this is tondo. Furore is a to-do. Involving new, involving N, and a tondo is an artwork. Crooked American printer disposing of a sidekick. So this looks like an anagram of American printer, as indicated by crooked, without an A. So 8 letters and 7 is 15, 14 letters without the A, and there are 14 in the answer. So a sidekick, partner in crime, great. Thought I might need a few more letters to get that. 7 down. Ant biting foot of crown prince, hard cheese. This is Emmental. So an ant is an emmet. Biting foot of crown. Well, the foot of crown is the letter N. And then prince is Prince Hal. And Emmental is a hard cheese. Lawrence initially could be DH. Split. Let me put this in. Split the beans about hospital fundraising program. Not sure about that, and the DH could well be wrong. Singer with sense to prop up bar. No. Fish cook mostly served eagerly at first. Yeah, this is grilse, which is a type of fish. Cook mostly are most of the letters of grill, and then served eagerly at first, the initial letters of served and eagerly. Sci-fi characters close shave, heading off across lake. No idea. Like refined pursuits of sect on Russian river. No. Well, the Russian river could be Ural. Do I put this in? Like refined pursuits of sect. Yeah. Sect is a cult, and cultural means like refined pursuits. After warning, throw out parasitic plant. I'm wondering if it ends wort, because after a word for warning, throw out could be an anagram of throw, and the definition looks like a plant, and quite a few plants end wort. So a toot is a warning on your car horn. Interpret, studies precisely. Wow. Interpret, studies, don't know. Tusked animal chewing edges of townies, could be T&E. Hat. Yeah, this is a boater, a type of hat, and a tusked animal is a boar, B-O-A-R, about the edges of townies, T&E. Mischievous child's prank, finally, made guardian aghast. So this could be a mischievous child. Don't know. Old man carrying article made of wood. Old is O, man is Ken, and article is A, the indefinite article in grammar, and oaken means made of oak, which is a type of wood. I must wear grey, being doomed. Wow, don't know. Sci-fi characters, close shave, heading off, yes, Earthling. And we have had this answer before recently, I'm pretty sure. So an Earthling is a sci-fi character. It's just a sci-fi word for somebody who lives on Earth, a human. Close shave is a near thing. Heading off means without its initial letter of N, which leaves ear thing, and then across lake around the letter L, an abbreviation for lake. Now, this is terror-stricken, and it's not a mischievous child. It's the other end of the clue, which is aghast, terror-stricken. So a mischievous child is a terror. Prank, finally, is the letter K. Made guardian. Gosh. Mischievous child's prank is terror's trick. And then finally made guardian, the final letters of made and guardian, E and N, and then aghast is terror-stricken. So it wasn't prank finally indicating the K. I must wear grey, being doomed. Well, a goner is someone who's doomed. I must wear grey. Yes, I is one, O-N-E. Must wear, must have around it. Grey, and GR is an abbreviation for grey. Singer with sense to prop up bar. Countertenor is a singer. How does this work? Sense, tenor means sense, and to prop up means to have above it. Bar, well, counter is a type of bar. Let me get rid of this irksome D, which I think is pretty wrong. So Lawrence initially could be T-E Lawrence, the other one. Let's see if that helps. Split the beans about hospital fundraising program. Okay, let me get rid of this T. This hasn't been helpful. I think it's telethon, a fundraising program. So how does this work? Lawrence initially, T-E. Split the beans is to let on, as in to split the beans, as in to tell somebody a secret. About hospital, about H, the abbreviation for hospital. And a fundraising program is a telethon. Okay, so that's the right-hand side of the board done. Of the grid done. Small chap manually catching fish, a particular type. No. Words of song, yeah, this is lyric. Displayed by Sally Richards. Well, Sally Richards contains the letters L-Y-R-I-C in the middle, so the answer is actually staring you in the face in the clue, and this is called a hidden clue, and I think the Times has a convention that it has no more than one of this type of clue in any particular puzzle. Small chap manually catching fish. Yeah, well, small is S, and trout tickling is a way to catch trout. So a chap manually catching fish is a tickler, and a particular type, well, if you're a stickler, you're very particular about something. Woven fabric, wife introduced to farm. Don't know. Robber stifles cry of surprise, finding small marsupial. Wow, don't know. I've already tried 17. Prescribed medication for PC, possibly. Don't know. PC could be a computer, could be politically correct, could be a policeman. Somehow, its act disturbs a woman, a refined person. Oh wow, now have I already looked at all of these? Not with letters in. Possibly St. Thomas's fundamental values. Don't know. Invalidation about to restrict North, German city. Okay, running out of new clues to look at. Abuse men, installing a protective material. Now, men is often a reference to OR, which stands for other ranks in the army. Abuse, well, torment works, but tormentor is not protective material. So don't know. Okay, well, now in the predicament of having, have I looked at one across? No, I don't think I have. Sort of card introducing US city and Indian state capital. US city could be NY or LA. No, don't know. Okay, well, I am now in the situation of having had a look at all clues and I'm stuck 13 minutes down, so I'm going to take a deep breath and look at the clues in order and hope to get some inspiration. So sort of card. So that's going to be 3 letters long. Playing card. Credit card. Not saying a 3-letter card. Abuse or abuse. Men installing a protective material. Don't know. Prescribed medication for PC, possibly. No. Interpret studies. Precisely. Interpret could be read. Studies. Don't know. Woven fabric. Wife, which has surely got to be W. Yes, twill. So, twill is a woven fabric, wife is W, and farm is till. So, do these extra letters help? Robber stifles cry of surprise, finding small, marsupial. Robber. Cry of surprise. So what marsupial fits this letter pattern? Just wondering what this letter between E and T could be. I think I had it then. No, it's gone. Robber. No. Now we've got an extra letter in one down. Somehow its act, that suggests an anagram of its acts, disturbs in the middle of a woman, a refined person. So it could begin with a refined person. And it contains an anagram of its act. No. Sort of card introducing US city. I'm getting rid of this A. I'm no longer confident in it. So back to 2 down. Possibly St. Thomas's fundamental values. Fundamental values. Does it end S? Let me see if that helps. 10 across. Protective material. Nope. 3 down. Invalidation. About to restrict North German city. Invalidation. What are the North German cities? And this is not going to be an obscure city, it's going to be a pretty major one. Not getting it. What could 1 across end? Could end with A if it was LA at the end. Invalidation. Could that be annulment? I don't think it is. I'm bereft of ideas, so let me see if this helps. Invalidation is annulment. About, wow, this is right. About is anent, an old-fashioned word for about. To restrict north, which is N, and then German city is Ulm, so it's a very obscure German city, but this is definitely correct. And this makes me think that it does end LA. Sort of card introducing US city and Indian state capital. So this looks like it's one of the capitals of a state in India, but there's probably between 10 and 20 states. And I'm not getting it. 10 across. Abuse. 18 minutes down. Abuse or abuse. Men installing a protective material. So it could end later. In which case abuse or abuse would end LT. Protective material. Yeah, this is insulator. Wow, this is a tricky puzzle today. So an insult, or insult is abuse, men is OR, installing a, protective material is insulator. So 2 down, does end in S, which probably doesn't help. Fundamental values, don't know. Can we get 1 down? That's a long clue and would help a lot. Somehow its act disturbs a woman, a refined person. Its act. Don't know. Now I've got another couple of letters in, E and T. 12. Prescribed medication for PC, possibly. No. Interpret studies precisely. I wonder if it begins cons, because to con is to study. So studies would be cons. Precisely could be to a T, but that would make you wrong, and you is right. Interpret, construe. Phew. So studies is cons and precisely is true, and construe means interpret. 20 minutes down. Wow. Is this going to defeat me? 2 more clues, 2 more letters in. N. Robber stifles cry of surprise finding small marsupial. Wow, I was thinking of bandicoot. Wow, and a bandit is a robber. So I think it does begin bandy. And it is bandicoot. Oh, and of course, it's terror, which is wrong. It's horror. Both work. Terror-stricken and horror, because both a terror and a horror are a mischievous child, but it's horror-stricken. Bandicoot, because coo is a cry of surprise. So 1, 2, 3, 4 clues to go, 21 minutes down. Prescribed medication for PC, possibly. Prescribed medication. Not getting it, but we've got a C in 1 down. Somehow its act disturbs a woman, a refined person. Sophisticate. Wow. I don't know how this works, but it fits the letter pattern, and I'm confident it's right, so let me see if I can explain this. Somehow its act, well, there is an anagram of its act in the middle of sophisticate. Disturbs a woman, disturbs in the middle of Sophie, Sophie, and a sophisticate is a refined person. Now, here we go. This is similar. A SIM card, as in your phone, introduces LA, Los Angeles, a US city, and Indian state capital, well, Simla is an Indian city, and I guess it must be the capital of one of the states in India. 2 clues to go. 22 minutes down. Possibly St. Thomas's. Yeah, there's a person in history called Thomas More. So possibly St. Thomas's is a reference to Moors, as in Moor. What's that symbol called? Between the 2 S's, the punctuation mark. Possibly an apostrophe. And fundamental values are mores, a Latin expression. So 1 clue left. Prescribed medication. Of course, it's tablet. Prescribed medication, well, a tablet could be medication that you've been prescribed, and a PC possibly, well, a tablet is a type of computer. So everything has been explained, and there are no empty cells. So submit. Hope and pray. Yes, no errors. Wow, what a puzzle. Brutally hard, I felt, certainly in comparison to most of the puzzles I've done on this channel, but I think all of the clues were fair, but just quite a bit of obscurity there. ULM, I'm thinking about, is quite an obscure German city, and Bandicoot, very tricky to spot. It doesn't have a common beginning or ending, and the horror-stricken, terror-stricken ambiguity only resolved when you get Bandicoot. So quite a lot of tricky clues to deal with, but I got there in the end. I think this was on the hard side. I would say it's Snitch. Well, maybe I was on completely the wrong wavelength, but I would say this is going to be over 100 and possibly over 110. So a tricky puzzle, but it's always good to have the variety, and the puzzles are beautiful. And I think if you just persevere, you can get to the end. And if you can't, you can always look up the answer and understand how it works from that. So absolutely cracking fun. I hope you enjoyed watching that solve. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.